Right, welcome everybody to our weekly webinar. Today we will be showcasing a bit of the HIK Pro site. So really appreciate everybody being here. The next little session that we're going to be doing is Palessa's going to introduce a few little things for our training session. So I'm going to invite her up just so she can talk and showcase that a bit more for you guys.
Hi, good morning, everyone, and thank you so much for attending. We're just going to share the screen now so that I explain to you. We have a new offline training session where you guys are allowed to come to our offices in our Hangzhou room. Today we have 4 guys. Where are you guys from? Langa Security. We have 4 attendees here. And then I'm just going to explain to you what the offline sessions are. I'm just going to be looking this way and that way because we do have a couple of guys here who have joined us in the Hangzhou room. So as you all know, Ramaphosa did announce that we don't have to wear masks anymore. So Hikvision has opened up the HIK-LEAGUE training sessions. We now have an offline session where you guys can actually come to our offices and interact with Eben, who does our weekly Thursdays and Friday product and technical training. So this is a reward card. If you guys have seen this on social media or received this via email. And how this reward attendance card works, it's actually like a tracker just to track your sessions. So every time you do attend, either your technical or your product session, Eben will just tick it off. And we have a reward system. And if you look on the reward system, if you attend 3 sessions, then you get like merchandise all the way till 10 training sessions. And then the full attendance includes a 250 shopping voucher. And full attendance, it's not for both training sessions because there are 27. So it's either for product training or for technical training with the full attendance. So it's for either or. So you don't have to worry about the full 27 sessions. And this is only applicable if you come to the Hangzhou room. It's only applicable for offline sessions. And if you come, you can come Thursdays or Fridays, or you can come Thursday and Friday. And every time you do come, you will receive one of this. You will write your name on it. And then you have to keep this till September, where you can redeem your merchandise. And if you're lucky, your full attendance, 250 shopping voucher. Eben, thank you so much. And enjoy the session, guys. Thanks for coming.
Okay, all right. Let me just quickly move over to our PowerPoint for today. There we go, because we've already taken a bit of time. So for those of you that are asking any questions, obviously I'll be able to see that at the end of it. So keep that in mind. And that is not showcasing it correctly. So let's quickly switch that around. Stop share. Why is it doing that? I think it's because I've got an extra screen. So let's quickly share it that way. There we go. That would be better. Huh. You guys can see it all. All right, awesome. Okay, so I don't have a microphone, so I'm sure you guys can hear loud and clear. I did test it just now. So let's see if all of this is going to be working. It's not. That's lovely. I just plugged it in. Nah. I've got so much of luck, don't I? Hey, guys. There we go. All right. Let's see if it's going to move now with me. Okay. All right. So today we'll be discussing our HIK Pro. So thank you guys for joining. We're obviously trying to do a little bit more new things, more interactive. There's obviously quite a few more things that we will be changing in the future. So keep that in mind. So I'm going to be looking at the audience here, and I'm going to be looking at the live audience as well. So this is live. That's why we got that little live portion there to showcase it's live. So thank you very much. So I'm sure a lot of you are familiar with the HIK Pro series that we have. Before, it used to be called the Eco Thermos. So it's part of the HIK Micro section actually, but it's been obviously taken over regarding for Hikvision as an entry level, affordability type of system itself. So there's a lot of nice features that we can do with this product itself. There we go. So first of all, A lot of people, I don't know why they put that into, but we know what a Heat Pro is. Some of them don't know. We'll go through that, and obviously our new series as well. Then we're also going to be having a look at a few of the case studies, and then also having a look at the different few little options of the product itself. All right. So what is a Heat Pro? The best way that I can explain that is through this video. So while the video is playing, just to showcase that it's not just for home security, it's not just for business itself. There's a lot more environmental ways that we can use this product. The nice thing about it is got two dual images itself. One is obviously for normal CCTV. The other one is the thermography side of things. So it's got that bi-spectrum in it. So, which is very nice. And the new models have, all of them have that built-in speaker, and it's got a built-in flashlight as well for that, you know, security guard of watchdog itself. So yeah, you can see the differences between a normal camera and a thermo camera. So I can't believe my PPTs are working. They normally give problems. So yeah, so that's pretty good. So much better. And then also a very nice feature is what I discussed earlier before with our previous webinars, is the fact that it's got now a different percentage of temperature. So before it used to be plus or minus 8 degrees percentage out. So now it's only 2 degrees, just like the normal thermo product itself. So for entry-level product, that's pretty good. It gives you that capability of doing a lot more. Okay. So I think we're still busy with this. It's still going. So we're just going to move along with that. So, right, regarding that, obviously we have, first of all, we have the thermal side of things. So that gives us that way of being able to look at the different temperatures. So for any thermo camera, it looks at the radiation itself that it gives off the objects. So it depends on whatever that objects are. So we can use it in so many different ways. There are certain ways that we can use it to monitor the cold environment, not just the hot environment, also but different products itself. So you can use it on conveyor belts for recycling plastic bases, not just the temperatures and security itself. There's a lot more protocols that a small little entry-level unit can give you. Right, and the next one is obviously the VCA version 2 that we have. So VCA 2.0 gives us that capability of quick target search, a lot easier compared to the previous version. So that gives us a capability of assigning exactly what we are looking for and why we are looking for that specific environment. And then lastly, obviously, is that step-by-step. There's 3 little steps to be able to set that up. So there is a little bit of a clip here that I'm going to showcase just now for that. So obviously, with that VCA, we are ignoring all normal false alarms. If the camera is close to a gutter area and the water goes past, you know that you're going to get false alarms. So this obviously ignores it. And the same goes for trees and leaves and all other things that you are not supposed to be getting false alarms, a neighbor's cat, a dog, etc. Right. So as we can see, yeah. So it's got that deep in mind algorithm built into it, the camera itself. So the analytics is on it. And yes, please use a correct NVR for that purpose if you would like to go that route. All right. So this is just a little showcase to show you guys that possibilities. So can I do it? Yeah, I can. There we go. So just between the version 1 and version 2, just to show you guys how quickly that is to log into a normal camera. You can see the time difference. You guys can see it there. All right. So just 3 easy little steps that you need to follow. Once you follow those 3 easy little steps, you are done. And then you can go make that cup of coffee. And then the other person will still carry on. All right. There you go. By the way, we're done. So for those of you that didn't notice, we are done. And the other person is still busy setting up. So for you that have used it before, for you guys, you'll know obviously the whole parameter of setting that up and how annoying it is and time consuming. And that's just for one camera. Imagine doing it for a site where you got 32 of them. It takes, you know, a very long time. And then you still have false alarms because you were rushing through it. So this gives you that capability of having more control over that. So we're not going to watch the entire 30 minutes of that video. We're just going to skip and carry on through the rest of it. So obviously there's different versions that we have, different restrictions. Obviously the new one that we have now that we're showcasing is the 256 series. That's very popular. It's the second generation or the third, if you want to put it that way, if you look at the whole line itself. But this gives us the capability of having much more advanced deep learning algorithm of the thermography of the thermo onto the camera. Then also we have our normal bispectrums for projects itself, and then also for high-end projects. So for those of you that are not sure, where's the high-end projects? So there's quite a bit more about them. You get single lenses as well, not just the bispectrum lens. So they also have that capability of having that MK40 built onto it. So again, it's got MK40 on the specific single lens itself. The nice thing about that is the quality of image. So I just want to quickly showcase that. Can I? I think I'll showcase it at the end. Otherwise, I'm just scared this PPT is going to run away with us. All right. Okay. So obviously the new line that we have. So a bit more advanced and more additional features and easy to use. Right. So just to go through that new features of the 256 series itself. So first of all, it's got new packaging. It looks new. It's in a new box, but not just that, the brackets also have been improved. A lot of the newer models that are coming out, the new line that we have, is where we have that anti-corrosion on the paint itself. So yes, it's not anti-corrosion itself, but the paint that they put on that, you know, powder coating stuff, it makes it a bit more advanced and better. So for, especially for coastal areas, it might last a little bit longer. If you do have the coastal areas, then I would recommend going for the correct products. Otherwise, you're going to keep on replacing it. So besides the new packaging, there's quite a few features on it, not just the wide angles itself. And let me just quickly open up all of that. There we go. So not just that itself. The nice thing is, like I mentioned earlier, on the top section, you'll see that you'll have, there's the mouse. You have the built-in speakers there on the top section. And at the bottom, you got the flashlights itself for the warning. So it gives you that capability. The nice thing also, if you do have a certain site that you just want to use the camera side, you can use the BNC connector as well to a normal DVR. I don't know why you would do that. I wouldn't do that, but it is there for whoever wants to be crazy. And like I mentioned earlier, that MK is up to 40, which is down there. So that gives us the better quality of image. And I'll showcase that when we're a little bit done to show you the difference between a 50 MK and a 40 MK. So that's going to, it doesn't help I explain it too much. There goes load shedding. Yes. Okay. My apologies for that one. Thank you, Uncle Cyril. We love you. Okay. Let's quickly fix that back again. That's always fun, isn't it? All right, my apologies, guys. It's so much fun. All right. Okay. So guys, give me 1 second. Let me just put the projector back on again. Let me just get that back on again. My apologies. So obviously we are in a situation, if you are looking at this on YouTube, there were stages in our lives that we had load shedding that was bad. So keep that in mind. It's booting up, isn't it? Yeah. It's going to take a while. All right. Come on.
So you don't need me for the duration? I'll be back at 11.
No. I don't think that was the agreement, but it's okay.
There was no agreement. I'll see you.
Am I getting a prize?
Well, working at Hikvision is already a prize.
That's true. That is true.
There's a lot of unemployment now. Yeah, these guys are getting prize. They do the work. You just look pretty in front of cameras.
Is it starting up? It is starting up, isn't it? It's taking forever. There we go. Yeah, so for those of you that's there online live, we do have coffee here, so you can come and have a cup of coffee. So our generator has kicked in. It runs the entire day, so don't worry about that. It's just obviously between the cuts. And then I need to change this quickly so we can see the second image. So let me stop share again. And then there we go. So where is that? Okay, let's quickly go back to where we were last. This is always fun. There we go. And then I'm not sharing it. That's nice. I'm sharing it there, but not on my Zoom. Sorry, guys. Screen 2, share. There we go. Okay. Okay, so regarding that, so very shortly, I'll show you guys a little bit of the MK to show the differences between the previous lens and obviously currently now. So, and obviously that BNC connector. So very nice, very important to take note regarding the new model itself of the 256 series for the Heat Pro, is we have quite a distance that we can basically cover more compared to the previous one. So if you are used to it, especially for perimeter, for security use of a house, this is ideal because now we've got quite a distance compared to where we were stuck. Now we can really push it quite further. So very straightforward. I don't have to explain too much about it. Obviously, the temperatures also have changed. So here is that little showcase that I wanted to show you guys between that. So that gives us the field of view and the quality of the image itself that we're going to be showcasing that. So I think I need to stand aside. Sorry, guys. So this is going to show you that little video clip and look at the quality of that. No, it's not my internet. No, it's not Eskom. It's actually the camera. It's very bad quality. So that's obviously with the previous generation. So you can see the quality there is just not up to where we need it to be. Obviously now with the new improved thermography, if I can get my mouse onto the right one, there we go. So as you can see with the new one, the quality has been improved quite vastly. So more detail, more accuracy, proper quality image. Yes, look at the girls. I'm joking. So it gives you that capability. So it's much more improved, more advanced. So that falls under that MK itself. So the previous one was a MK50. The newer model would be now a MK40. So there's a difference between that. Right. So as you can see with the differences. So just to showcase that quickly again, while it's busy playing. So as you can see, you had that differences because of the 30 meters. So now we have quite a vast amount of distance, and obviously the pixels have been improved as well. So better quality, a wider angle field of view. So you get that complete 90-degree field of view itself. Right, just to showcase that also a little bit on the leaves. I think I have shown this video. Please, doesn't mean that it will ignore the leaves and everything else, that you should install it in that kind of environment. Still keep the environment open and clean, but give you that capability. Right. So next up is our security side of things. So very nice. On the SD cards itself, we have that AES 128 itself built onto it itself for the security of the SD card. That doesn't allow anyone else to take any information of it. It needs actually the serial number of the device itself in order for you to be able to see it again. All right. So unless you got the tool. So it gives you that security. Not just that, if you are connecting it through the network itself, it gives us now the TLS 1.2 instead of the 1.1. So if you do have some machines that have that protocol for 1.1, you can go and change it itself from 1.2 back down to 1.1 so that you can have that security if you need be for whatever application. Right, and then obviously the normal securities itself that we have for our firewalls and stuff for our devices. So applications and state little cases that we've basically gone through. About that, the study cases that we've gone through, some of them we're not allowed to show anymore because of the POPI Act. So you'll see that the image looks bad. It's not the camera. Please take note, it's not the camera. It's just for the POPI Act, we're not allowed to share the company's name. We're not allowed to share actual image. So it makes it difficult to showcase these kind of studies. Just thinking about it now. So anyway, right, obviously, so we have that 24-hour bi-spectrum field of view for making sure that your environment is safe and secure, and a 90-degree field of view. And the next one is obviously for that temperature and fire prevention itself. So it gives us the capability of either using Celsius or Fahrenheit, whatever the case might be for your application. Next up is a little clip just to show you guys of a little fire. So let me see, I'm doing it again. There we go. Okay, so just to show, there's that new little camera. It's okay, setting it up. So immediately it triggers. So it's really quick and responsive regarding that. You can change the voice as well if you want to have different type of trigger warnings itself for that environment. And you can send it to the HIK-Connect app as well, so you can get that notification on your phone immediately before things get bad out of hand. All right, moving along. There we go. So different places, scenarios that you can use this. So just to quickly go through all that little applications. Yes, you can install this into any warehouse itself. You can have it for packaging, because cardboards for insurance purposes is a big deal. Any person that deals with insurance companies that have dealt with certain factories that use boxing itself, you're going to get insurance things for your fire. So this is helping to prevent that. The next up is obviously, as you can see, we are mentioning, but we are not really going through it. And you can see the quality of the image is not the camera. It is definitely that we have to blur it out, so you can't really see what's happening. So this is just a different factory itself for paper. So it goes through a third-party system to allow us to be able to see what's going on and making sure that everything is safe. Right. So the next one here is this one was a cotton factory. This factory itself is very flammable because of the cotton. So we don't want any kabooms. So this gives us the capability of using it also towards the fact that the arm response or the company for the control center can look at it, and the client can get that notifications as well. So very nice little setup there as well. So next up is just to show that on a video. So I think it's gonna play. You guys can't see. Let me change that one. That's better. There we go. Okay. So just to showcase that again, I wasn't here. I wanted to see it. I'm joking. There we go. Ha. All right. So as you can see, just like the AccuSense, you can also set it up for your perimeter. So the nice thing about that is, as soon as the person jumps over, you can warn him and tell him to rather, as the South African way would be, futsak, futsak itself. So keep that in mind. So for normal house itself, you can also have the capability of having quite a few sensors around your house. So you'll have outdoor detectors linked to a camera, etc., etc. Now it's much better because of the distance itself that we can cover. You put the camera up for the new Heat Pro series itself, connect it to your AX Pro, and then you're done. There's just the panel and just the cameras. You don't need anything else, actually, because you can have a siren if you wanted a siren. You can have all the other little things if you need it, but that's all you basically need. So you're saving quite a lot more money, and you have more accuracy, almost zero false alarms. So for any arm response company, this is just a bonus. So if it does go off, for whatever reason, the camera will give you an image, tell you what it was. So then obviously you are reducing. Now, if a normal alarm system goes off, what happens? They have to send out the arm response. And when the arm response gets there and it's a pot plant in front of the beam again, or maybe it's the laundry hanging on the pole or something, you don't know. But if you have the camera and the alarm goes off, the operator can decide that, okay, yes, I can see it's a person, that's correct. And if there's maybe a false alarm for some sort of settings that wasn't done correctly by the technician, then they can obviously open up the job card and get that sorted out without still sending the arm response there. Simple, easy, save a lot of money. Okay, next up, just to show that obviously it's quite fast, as we discussed, the distance and obviously the degrees. So normal house itself, some people or businesses itself are still using these point-to-point beams. What can I say about them? Besides that, nice, really nice. So some people still use that. Yes, Hikvision do have them. I don't recommend them. For our environment in South Africa, it's something that I wouldn't recommend, because you're wasting money, you're wasting time. You're getting a product that's only going to give you 10 to 20% of accuracy of picking up an intruder, because the intruders in our country already know about that. They're going to climb underneath it or jump over it. What's the point? Where with the camera, you can't. So that's also another little difference about the cameras compared to the outdoor detectors. Outdoor detectors, you can set the sensitivity, not to pick up the dog, but the intruder that crawls on the grass, he gets past. Where on the camera, you should try it. It works. You can't get past it, no matter how slow you go, because it still picks you up because of the thermography. So there's no ways that you can chip over this. So, and get a UPS because of ESCOM. All right, so obviously quite a vast amount of distance that we can cover. So for normal household, like I said, for normal location, for an ARC, this is perfect, because as you guys can see, I'm going to quickly show you, where is the mouse? There we go. Am I there? Okay, so we can take it to a normal ARC company itself. So that gives us a capability, not just that you can get that notifications through a message. Just my mouse doesn't want to. Okay, it is there. You can send a notifications through the HIK Connect, through an email. You can send it to our company through a radio transmitter. So you have that tools and the capability of expanding that. Not just that, we are improving the product even more regarding our environment in South Africa, right, for the alarm side. So just to showcase also the mobile app as well, like I mentioned. Next one up is obviously the HIK Central. For any control room operator, this is perfect, because you can look at multiple different sites and clients, and you can just receive the notification. You don't have to worry about the rest. So makes life a lot easier. And as we mentioned, also you can pull it into a third party or have it onto like a villa for a, you can see obviously there's a little bit of a border itself for the complex area. So you have that capability of also putting up the cameras, being more secure for your environment. My apologies for my WeChat. So yeah, I can't switch that off now. So here's another case study, obviously much bigger area, bigger environment. So it's difficult to control it all with normal cameras. Obviously with these cameras, there's no need to send a guard around to do patrols, because the cameras do that for you. You don't have to worry about it. And again, for the price that you're paying for and the distance that you're covering, it's much better. Right. So not just that, obviously mobile, I have mentioned it a few weeks back as well. The nice thing about this is you can build up a little trailer, put the cameras on. You can have two features. So you can either put a SIM card onto it, or a little SIM card 4G module, or you can go and put up a nano station and shoot it to a sector or point to point. So there's multiple different applications where you could use this, and you can rent out the trailer. And I don't know why guys are not doing that. It's good business. It's easy. So, and then again, you've got your cameras. If you've got a proper setup for the batteries, you have your thermal cameras around. You have one looking at the trailer. Obviously, if there's any human being, it will alert. You have the IP speaker that you can put onto it, so your control room can yell at the person, and I think that will scare them more than anything else, because this is future technology. So they're not used to that kind of environment. You know, the normal, how can we say Tutsis? Eh? Yeah, there we go. They're not used to that kind of environment. Another case study, obviously for construction site. So again, it's blurred out for a specific reason. We're not allowed to really showcase that, but they've got a trailer, they got the system up, and then obviously they can pick up anybody while they're at the construction site. So think about that. If there's normal household construction site or normal business building, if you got 1 or 2 or 3 of those trailers, you rent them out for them while they're busy for the next month or 2, that's quite a decent income. And what do? Nothing. You've set it up, it took you maybe a week or 2, you're done. Everything works. You put the trailer, you go park it and finish. So pretty amazing. Another one also, just to showcase a little bit smaller, obviously looking at the shipping containers there to make sure that nobody goes and fiddles and cuts the locks and gets in. So being, again, more proactive. And then obviously just to showcase the last little bit of the product, to show the differences between the previous and also the existing ones in the more advanced series itself. And like I said, you've got that 40 MK, that's pretty impressive. The wide dynamic range itself, and then obviously the features of the IP65, the distances that we can do. So that gives us a bit more capability itself, and it secures the device a bit more. All right. So another little feature that a lot of guys don't really concentrate on is our thermo program that we have. So you can go and basically set it up. So just to show for the rest of the guys, that's this little program here. So let me just quickly go through that. So the nice thing about this program is you can download it from our portal or from our website itself. The nice thing is you can set up your entire map area of where your location is, of where your company is, and then you can put up your cameras. So this is a really nice tool to use, as I think also for general use as well. It makes life a lot easier. Here's your Google map. As you can see, you can put in your distance, and then you have to transfer that into your image. Once you've done that, then you take it to your software. There we go. And this is, like I said, a feature that doesn't really get used. So we import it. And once we import it, then we need to draw our line to show that that's the image, and this is the image of what we have. So it can correspond and calibrate the map design itself for the distances. So with that, you can obviously add whatever cameras that you want, the different angles, the height that you're going to be putting up the cameras. So for any tool, it makes it a lot easier for you to be able to see for big projects and stuff like that. So you can select quite a vast amount of thermo cameras. And no, it doesn't have normal cameras because it's more for the thermography side of things, but the design is still there. Right. I've used it in the past as well for like normal cameras. I just make sure I get the correct lens, and I've got like a rough idea and how it would look like, because it looks pretty. So anyway. Yeah, and it's for free, so you don't pay for it. All right, so just moving along on that one, we're just gonna in that, and then that is it. So that is basically it. So thank you for joining. Really appreciate it. It's a very short one, so we will be going through a bit more technical. There's a lot more that we're introducing, thanks to Uncle Cyril for opening up certain things. If only you can open up our power, it will make life a little bit easier. But yeah, so for those of you that's that side, thank you very much. I'm going to keep the webcam open, but we're going to stop the recording here. So really appreciate you guys being here. Thank you very much. There we go.